Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our class today. I am Lori Whitlock and we're broadcasting live from the Silhouette headquarters in Linden, Utah. So we're going to wait just a couple minutes till all of our class members join the class and then we'll get started. We are going to be making a really cute ornament for the upcoming Christmas season. So if you're joining class right now, you might want to run over to the Silhouette Design Store and grab the free file. If you'll go to my portfolio, it'll be the top design inside of my portfolio. I'll show you just here in a moment how to get that. We'll just wait for maybe a few more, maybe 30 seconds or a minute or so till everybody gets here, and then I'll go through that. But we're just coming out of the Thanksgiving week here in the States and heading into Christmas season. So it's time to get started with all of our Christmas decorating and creating. So this will be a good way to get started. This file that we're going to be putting together today is part of the Silhouette Black Friday bundle promotions. It's an exclusive design that's available in the Cameo and the Portrait bundles. So if you're interested in picking up a machine for yourself or for a gift this holiday season, it's the perfect time to grab one right now because you're going to get 100. And here's some of the cute designs here on the counter, but they're exclusive to this bundle. You won't be able to get them anywhere else. So if you're interested in those, go grab a machine. Even if it's for a gift, you can still collect those 100 designs. I'll go through some of those here on my computer as well. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you where to download the free file. Actually, before we go in, let's talk about all of the different promotions going on at Silhouette during Black Friday. We talked a little bit about the bundles, but there's also all the consumables are 50% off. And we also have, let's see, there's the Cameo bundle, and they have it in the black and the white, and there's also the Portrait bundle. So go check those out, and I believe some of them have sold, like the Alta is sold out, and a few of the promotions have sold out. So if you're interested, go snag these before they're sold out as well. So let's go into the software real quick, or into the design store, and I'll show you where to grab your file. So I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. Okay, so once you're in the design store, you're going to see just the main header that comes up here, and one of these little tabs is going to show the free design of the week. Let's thumb through those real quick. Well, I thought it was one of those, but if you can't find it there, it was just going through for me a minute ago. Go down to the trending designs here, and you can click on one of these designs that are mine, or you can just go to artists and down to Lori Whitlock, either one. But it's this first design inside of my portfolio, and you can click on that. I've already downloaded it, but you can go ahead and add that to your cart. Go ahead and check out, and then it will load into the software for you. So let me go over to the Silhouette Studio software real quick. And if you go into the, I've got to move this little Zoom window here. Hold on just a moment. Okay, if you go into not the store, I got to get to that library panel there. Okay, well, just made it tiny. Okay, there we go. If you go into your library, you can go into your search bar. How do I move this part out of my way real quick? Okay, all right, there we go. You can go into the little search bar up here, and I typed in ornament, and I can see this new design that I just downloaded in my library, and then I can bring that up, and I'm going to bring that into a new document here so that you can see that. Yes. They're not seeing. Screen. Oh. Okay, guys, hold on. Technical difficulties, just a moment. Let's see. Just a moment. We've got to get the right screen sharing real quick. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, so this is what the design looks like once you've downloaded it and inserted it into the software. And so make sure you go grab that, and you can follow along today. And if you have trouble keeping up today, you can go download this later and do it by watching the recorded version. It should be live by tomorrow on both the YouTube channel for Silhouette and Lori Whitlock. So you can go and watch later and follow along if you'd like to. But a lot of the techniques I'll show you here will be super helpful. So I encourage you to follow along and collect a few new tips along the way here. So what I'm going to encourage everybody to do is, right now this is a 3-inch ornament. Let's go ahead and scale this ornament up just a little bit to 4 inches. So up here at the top bar, you can see the width and the height, and there's a little lock next to it. Go ahead and make sure that lock is locked, and you're going to put in 4 inches. We're going to scale it up just a little bit because 3 inches is kind of small, and 4 inches will be just a little bit easier for us to work with. So you'll also notice that all the pieces are grouped together. And I do this so that you can see how the pieces layer together and you know what order to put them in when you're assembling it. But you're going to need to ungroup those. So the little button up here at the top of your menu bar, or well, it's not your menu bar, it's your quick access toolbar. Go ahead and click on that ungroup button, and then you can start pulling those pieces apart. So you can see that some things are still grouped. So this is some really good things to learn as you're working with files. You'll also see that there's a couple of pieces here that don't have red lines around them, and that is totally okay. Every now and then that will happen. You can turn on those cut lines when we go to the Syn panel, and I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. But you can go ahead and ungroup another time so that you can get that tree separated. And you can see we need to ungroup one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup again. So now I can get the tree and all the little ornaments separated, and we're going to get this ready to cut out. So what I like to do is move all the pieces over to the left-hand side for a minute until I figure out how I want to lay things out. And we'll go ahead and set up all of our white pieces over on one side of our mat. It doesn't matter which side, I'm just going to move them over to the top right-hand side. And if you want to try and line things up, you can grab them and go to your alignment tool up here at the top. You don't have to do this. I just kind of like to keep things neat on my board as I'm on my mat as I'm cutting things out. We'll go ahead and align all those pieces and go ahead and move them up just a little bit to save a little bit of space on our mat. I'm going to be cutting on the Cameo for today, so I am going to be using this 12-inch mat. If you are using the portrait, which this project is completely compatible with, you could go up here to the page setup panel, and I don't believe that's actually showing on the Zoom, but it's the top icon. I think you can see where my mouse is. I'm clicking on that. You could change on this menu your machine and your mat size, but mine is set up properly for 12 by 12. Another thing you might want to take note of is in your preferences down here in the little gear icon, you can go to defaults, and there's a little cut to edge box here. You can see that my red cut mark is on the outside edge of my cutting mat, and that is because I have set the default to cut to the edge of paper. I've set the preference to cut to the edge. Yours might not allow you to cut quite that close to the edge, and you can leave that border in. Just make sure you stay inside of that red cut border edge of your paper there. I'm going to go ahead and put my green piece up here in the top left-hand corner. And if you'll notice, if I put a piece of green cardstock here on the left-hand corner of my mat, that's about 2 inches wide and 3 inches long, I'm going to have plenty of space to cut that green tree. I'm also going to go ahead and put the snowflake down in the left-hand corner. And I'm going to go ahead and put the star over in the right-hand lower corner. So that gives us a full mat of pieces that are ready to cut. So let's go ahead and send this to cut. And while that's cutting, I will tell you a little bit more about these 100 designs that are in the bundles, the Black Friday bundles here with Silhouette. So let's go ahead and send this to cut really quick. Hold on, I don't want to stop sharing my screen quite yet. So let's go ahead and click on the Syn panel here. And you'll notice in the Syn panel that the little snowflake down here does not have red cut lines around it. Everything else has bright red cut lines around it. So that's great. That's exactly what we want. This is easy to fix though. Some people worry about, why isn't this piece cutting, or what do I need to do? All you need to do is select the piece. You need to make sure you select it. See the little gray selection marquee around that piece? You want to make sure it's selected and then press cut. And you can see that activates the red cut lines. So everything on the screen is ready to go. And now I would need to go over to my physical mat and load my paper with a green piece in the left-hand corner, a white 8.5 by 11 here, and a little square of yellow, and our glitter cardstock in the bottom left. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll stop sharing my screen. And then we'll go ahead and go over to our Cameo. And you can see on my physical mat, I've got my big white piece and my green and my glitter cardstock and my yellow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and feed that into my machine. And then in my software, I'll go ahead and share my screen again with you while I do my setup.
Lori, we do have a question.
Yes.
Nancy. She's wondering, how did you select multiple items when you're organizing your touch sheet? Like when you move both of the white pieces and stuff like that?
Okay, so let me, so when I was organizing these pieces on, I'm not going to move them on this page, but on here, if I want to highlight multiple pieces, I click out here and drag. So hold on to your mouse and drag across parts of those pieces. Inside of your software preferences, there's also under tools, I believe, right here, when drag selecting, select shapes touching the drag box. If you'll make sure that that is selected, you won't have to encompass the whole shape. Like the second option here says select shapes enclosed by the drag box. Make sure you have it touching the drag box, and that will allow you to click and drag and just touch pieces and they'll become selected. So that's a really great and useful tip that I use a lot. You can also click and then you can hold down your shift click and select a second piece or a third, however many you want. Or you could even select one and then shift and drag select multiple shapes. So that will allow you to add to your selection when you hold down the shift key. So hopefully that answers her question. We'll go back over to the send panel here. We want to make sure all of our pieces, oh, I need to go back. Let's go back to the design again. I wanted to use this page because I have it all set up from before to make sure they're in the right places for my pieces of cardstock. But now we'll go to the send panel. And then we just need to choose our material. So I'm going to choose, let's go ahead and choose the cardstock textured heavy. This is a little bit heavier settings than the regular plain cardstock. I like these just a little bit better for what I'm cutting today, but you can do a test cut if you need to and test it out on your machine. That's going to put a little tiny box up here in the left-hand corner. Shouldn't get in your way if you've set yours up like mine, but you could test cut to make sure that it's going to work properly on your cardstock. I do know that this glitter cardstock snowflake in the bottom left is not going to cut all the way with one pass. So I'll show you how to send that for a second pass in just a moment. So go ahead and hit send on this. And we'll go ahead and let our machine get started cutting. While that's working, let's see. I am going to show you the designs that are included in the Black Friday bundle. So you guys, these designs they're not available anywhere else. So you've got to grab them in the bundle. So if you're thinking maybe your mom or sister or an aunt, somebody would enjoy a silhouette cutting machine, I would go grab one. This is a great time to get one. You're going to get some awesome designs. So we've got several 3D projects. Let's see, let me share my screen again with you. There's several 3D projects in the bundle, including some cute bag toppers, which are a lot of fun. Let's see, I gotta get back to this window behind. It's gonna let me change. Okay, there we go. Now I can arrow down. You've got some cute center step cards. There's a series of 4 of those. We've also got a darling little house 3D project. And here's a series of the ornaments like we're cutting out today. There is a deer and a truck and a snowman and the tree that we're cutting today. And we've got several tags, and these tags are adorable. I love this gnome Santa. This is a great way to personalize presents. Everybody loves a gift with a little personal touch to it. It just adds so much Don't you think it really makes a difference how something's wrapped? I love it when I get a present that has a cute tag. These are some gift card holder tags. These are really simple. It's just a single piece of cardstock and a print and cut. And it holds a gift card. You can see the little gift card poking up here in the back. So much fun. We've also got some of these cute tuxedo cards. There's a house, Santa, tree, and a wreath. And I've got a cute dingbats font in this set. And lots of cute vinyl phrases. I've got some sketch files in this bundle as well. Lots of cute Christmas phrases, nativity, a porch sign. Wouldn't that make the cutest porch sign? Okay, as we're scrolling through these cute little Christmas truck and car, Christmas countdown. Look at this gnome, I just love him. And his little companion girlfriend and Holly. Anyways, so let's go check out, I'll show you some more of these when we do another cut here in a minute. But right now, let's go over and check out our cuts over here on our Cameo.
Lori, we do have another question.
Yes.
Somebody's asking, how long does a blade usually last for you, and when do you know when you need to get a new blade?
Well, that's a good question. I need a new blade when it's dull, and they last me a long time, and I cut a lot, so 6 months. I don't know. Totally depends on what you're cutting. If you're cutting a lot of glitter cardstock, like we're cutting here today, you'll probably run through blades faster than if you're just cutting vinyl and HTV. But really, I cut tons and tons of cardstock and my blades last for a good 6 months. So let's check out, before we unload this, I'm gonna check to see if we got a good clean cut on this. And if we didn't, all you need to do is send it for a second pass. This looks really good though, so I'm gonna go ahead and I wanna recut the little glitter snowflake in the corner because that is not cut through. I can tell that I need to do another pass on that. So I don't wanna move it. I wanna make sure it stays in the same position, and I don't wanna unload my mat. So I'm gonna go back into the software real quick. And we're gonna I'm gonna select all these pieces here and click no cut. No cut. And we have just our little snowflake in the bottom left-hand corner ready to send. And I'm gonna actually bump this up to my glitter cardstock setting. And we'll go ahead and send that. So I'll stop that screen share so you can see. That's gonna just load that back in and just cut just our little snowflake. So when we're done cutting all of these pieces, we will move on to cutting our next few pieces, which has red and blue. So I've gone ahead and put that on my mat, and we'll set up those pieces on our mat. So top left corner for our blue piece and bottom right corner for the red. I like to do this to get multiple colors in one pass, so I don't have to run it through my machine so many times. And that looks like we have a beautiful, perfect cut on that snowflake. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that looks great. So we'll go ahead and unload that and set it aside. And while we're here, I'll go ahead and load my second mat. Okay, back into the software. Okay, we'll go back to our design screen. And this was our setup page here where I was showing you how I set things up. I'm just gonna move all those pieces that I've already cut off to the right-hand side. And I'm gonna start moving the pieces on to the left-hand corner. We want that blue piece. And we need to get our red pieces because I've already cut the white pieces on this last pass. They were in the middle of all of those, right in here in the middle of all those snow globe or those round pieces. They look kind of like snow globes. So the red pieces, we're just gonna put them down here. And you'll notice there's a lot of them. I'm just gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna probably make about 10 because these are easy to lose. So I'm gonna press the Command and arrow key. Rather than drag all of those over, I'm just gonna lay them out myself. Command and arrow, it's just easier that way. And I'm gonna move try to zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm just gonna move that over a little bit and just select them all and just horizontally distribute them evenly. And then just take that whole line and make another set of them down below. So that's an easy way to get these little pieces. And then if you'll just put a little 2x2 or 2x1 piece of red cardstock down in that corner, that should cover those. So now we're ready to cut these last pieces. I actually have a little brown piece here, and I don't know that I have brown paper with me, but I have one already cut. But I would go ahead and put that up here in the top right-hand corner and send that. But I'm gonna leave that off because I have one cut already, and somehow I neglected to bring a 1-inch square of brown paper, but that's all right, we'll be okay. So let's go to the send panel. Go ahead and select all those pieces and make sure our cut lines are turned on. See how those bright red lines pop up? That's exactly what we want. Looks like, okay, there we go. Perfect, so then let's go ahead and set our material again back on cardstock heavy, and we'll go ahead and hit send. Okay, go ahead and let that cut out, and we can go ahead and get ready to assemble our card. So one thing I like to do when I'm taking my pieces off of my mat, I like to flip my mat upside down. I don't want to completely shut that because it might turn off our cutting. Is that okay? I can set it down here. Does that help? Okay. So I like to take my mat and flip it upside down and go ahead and just peel the mat away from my cut piece. And you might need to clean up a few of those little holes, and if you need to, you can use a little paper piercer or a pin or something like that to just clean up each of those little holes on the tree. And so just like that. I've already got one cleaned up over here. I won't take the time to do that right now, but you know, you can just go ahead and make sure all of those little holes are cleared out. Makes a really cute little, some little lines on that tree for like a garland around the tree. And we'll just go ahead and take off our glitter snowflake and our little star. And rather than pull these off, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull a set out that I've already pulled off and cleaned up. And here those pieces are. Actually, let's flip that over. Okay, so there's our layers. And we've got to check these pieces, and it looks like they're coming off cleanly from this mat. Actually, the little red dots need to go again, but I've gone ahead and cut some out, so we'll go ahead and use those. I'll pull this blue piece off and we'll use that. Again, I would just go ahead and, for the red pieces, this is a little heavier cardstock than the blue, so I would just probably set my blade depth like maybe to a 4 instead of a 3, and go ahead and hit send again before I unload. I'm gonna go ahead and unload this and get it out of our way for now though, and we'll start assembling our card. So this is our card that we're gonna, or I shouldn't say card, it's an ornament, but it could be used as a card, I suppose. Could be used as a tag for a gift. Wouldn't that be cute? Hang that on a gift. But an ornament, it's a great way to decorate a tree really inexpensively. I love this project because you're just using white cardstock and green and brown and blue and yellow. Super inexpensive. And if you wanted to use something other than the cut cardstock pieces for the tree, because I know those pieces are pretty little. I don't know how well you can see those, but those are pretty little. You could grab some enamel dots. They're in the scrapbook store, and I put a lot of them in my Echo Park paper collections. So you can grab those smallest little enamel dots, and they make great little ornaments for your Christmas tree. So we might use those today instead of the little dots. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. We're going to be using some foam squares that look like this, or just little foam dimensional pieces, and we're just going to layer up our pieces with these. Before we start with those though, let's go ahead and assemble our, I'll put those down. We're going to put our blue piece in the very back of our ornament, and we're going to line up the hole up here at the top. This is where we're going to hang the ornament. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of the white piece and adhere it to the blue. And that makes a really easy way to get all those snowflakes showing through without having to glue them all individually in place. I don't think I have the patience for that. And you probably don't either. Okay, I have a little pin here to keep my glue bottle from getting clogged. I love that little precision tip on that glue bottle. It's super handy for paper crafting, especially when you're putting on little pieces like we have on this project. Let's go ahead and put that piece down. And then now we're going to use our little dots to put our next layer on. So we're going to take our tree. If you'll look closely at our ornament here, the little white trees go on the next layer. You can also refer back to the original file because that also has that in the right place. So we're just going to put that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some foam dots around this, and I'm just going to apply them kind of liberally to these layers so that everything stays separated and creates that dimension just the way I want it to. You can get these foam dots at pretty much any craft store. Maybe we even put one in the middle here. Okay, so now we're just going to peel the paper off of each of those. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing well enough here. Sometimes it's helpful to grab like a little hook tool or something to help you get the backing off of those papers, or get the paper backing off of those dimensional dots. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the project, is just being patient while you're assembling it. Okay, one more here. Okay, we're just going to flip that over, and we want to line up the hole up here at the top. So that's the most critical part, and then just make sure the circle is lined up all the way around. Just use my fingers to kind of get that in the right placement. Okay, and then now we're ready for our next layer, which is going to be our tree. Before we put our tree on, I want to go ahead and put the tree together because it'll be much easier to do separately. So we're going to grab our glue. And just apply that everywhere, avoiding those little dots and little holes. And then just line that right up. If you guys have any questions as I'm going along, this would be a great time to start asking some questions. We'll put our star on. And I have this great little pick-me-up tool here. Should probably have used that before I put the glue on. But Silhouette makes this awesome little pick-me-up tool. If you don't have one, you need one, so go grab one. But has this little gummy tip on it. It's perfect for picking up little pieces like this. So it helps you grab it and place it, and you don't have to use your fingers. Isn't that awesome? It's got another end here with a little flat tip. It's great for pressing things down. I love it. We're going to go ahead and put our, where did I put those little, there they are. We're going to use these little dots instead of the paper ones today, just because they're super cute.
All right, I have a few questions.
Yes.
So the first question, somebody wants to know that she's tried rubbing a cloth over her mat, but the paper still tears and shreds when she tries to peel it off. So what suggestions do you have for that?
Well, earlier today, this was a brand new mat. And my very first cut, I wasn't having my paper tear, but I was having it stick too hard and it was making it kind of curl as I pulled it off. So my biggest suggestion would be to make sure you're using good quality paper, because you know how construction paper is kind of really weak fibers and you can tear it really easily. If you have a poor quality paper, it kind of acts like construction paper and it will tear easier. So if you have a good quality paper, make sure you're using a nice, smooth 80-pound cardstock, or 65 to 100 pound, I'll say. That whole range, great cardstock. Just make sure it's got a nice smooth texture, and that when you feel it, it doesn't feel like construction paper at all, because those types of papers, they just don't hold up when you go to cut them. So make sure you're using a good quality paper, and then like I mentioned, peeling it away from, holding your mat and holding your piece down on the table will help from curling. But you really shouldn't have too many issues with tearing if you're using a good quality of paper.
Okay, awesome. Then we have another question. Somebody wants to know what size of the glue dot things you're using.
These are probably 1/4 inch little foam squares. So, I mean, there it is on the tip of my fingernail. It's probably 1/4 inch, tiny little foam square. So I just got these at Michael's if you're looking for them. Exactly like these. They come in a lot of different formats. I find these to be a little bit easier to use. I also have some like this that are little circles on a page. It's a little bit harder to pull those circles out. I like the ones that are either cut all the way to the edge, or like I know Hobby Lobby has some that has some circles that are separated without pieces in between them. Those are my favorite ones to work with.
Okay, awesome. And then we have one more. Somebody just wants to know how you like the Cameo 4 and if it's your favorite machine or how you feel about it.
I love the Cameo 4. It's by far the best cutting machine to date. I mean, it's amazing. It's, oops, I've got this little dot here that's not cooperating. I love the auto blade is an amazing new feature, like an upgraded, awesome feature. I love this auto blade. I love that it snaps in. I love that it sets itself. I love that it's auto detected. Some of those features are awesome. I love that there's a built-in roll feeder for vinyl and HTV. You've got the roll feeder that's built in here. Love that. I love the design of it. It's just really pretty. It looks great in my office. It works seamlessly. I've been designing cut files for Silhouette for over 11 years now, and they've consistently improved their machines, and Cameo 4 is by far the best machine they've come out with yet. So I love it.
Okay, awesome. Then we have one more. People loved when you were flipping through your designs and they want to know which bundles your designs are included in.
So they're included in the portrait and the Cameo bundles. So the white and the black Cameo bundle and the portrait. So I believe you also get a mint machine and you get another 100 designs. So mine and 100 from Silhouette, I believe, and a mint and the machine and the Cameo or the portrait. So those are the ones that they're in, and you'll love them. So go grab a machine. Like I said, if you're just buying a machine for someone else, you can still claim the free designs for you if you've already got a machine. Okay, we're just finishing up this little tree here with our cute little enamel dot ornaments. Let's see. Thank goodness I have this little tool because they're hard to flip over without it. Okay, so we'll just put that many ornaments on our tree for now. And we'll move on to our next layer. So we're gonna flip the tree over and we're gonna put some dots on this. And if you'll notice, I'm kind of putting some up here to support near that hole at the top, just so it will have some stability near that string that we're gonna put in. Okay, and then we'll just peel off that paper. Got my little pile of garbage over here. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to ask.
Okay, somebody's asking, can you please demonstrate how to use the Pick Me Up tool? I have trouble getting the sticky stuff out.
Okay. So you just turn it, and that, I don't know, can you see that? As I turn that, the more of the little stuff comes out. So if you get too much on there, you can just break some off and get rid of it. And then just make sure you have a tiny little bead of it, but you twist this section right here, right? Just that tip. If you unscrew it, the whole tip comes off. And I don't know, can you get just new tips? I'm not 100% sure. Anyways. I'm not sure if you can get just new tips or not, but when you screw this part in, it pushes more of that gummy stuff out. It's kind of like that tacky stuff that you hang things up with on your wall. I don't even know what that's called, the little gummy tacky material. but it works really good. And you can use the other end here to help get the paper off, or the little hook tool like I was using earlier. That's super handy. Okay, I'm going to put one right here in the middle of our tree. Actually, I'm going to put it down lower so it'll hit right here. I don't want it up in this area because that's kind of empty through here. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to take that top off. Okay, we'll flip that over and line up the hole. And there we go. Look how pretty that's getting. Okay, on our last layer here, we just have our snowflake to put on. And this is where you can really see that this fine tip glue bottle is going to come in handy. And if you're interested in the glue bottle, you can go over to my blog and go to Lori's favorites and go to paper crafting, and you'll find the glue in the glue bottle. If you're wondering what this is, I get a lot of questions about it because it's super handy for paper crafting.
We do have somebody wondering what brand of glue do you like best?
Okay, so that's, if you want to go find the actual link to it, you can go over to my blog to Lori's favorites. There's a big button on the right hand side, and it'll take you to a page where you can click on paper crafting, and you'll see the glue and the glue bottle, but it is a Scotch liquid, I can't remember, Scotch quick dry tacky glue, I think is what it's called. And then the glue bottle is a precision tip glue bottle, and the link to both of those are right there if you're interested. And just so you know, Silhouette is giving away a free file each day during the Black Friday sale, so make sure you pop into the Silhouette design store and grab that new free file each day. I believe the sale runs through the 7th, so you can get these bundles with the free files, and you can get the, well, I'm sorry, you can get the bundles with my files in them, and you can get a free file every day in the design store. So make sure you go grab that. And over on my blog, if you want to visit my blog this week, we're doing the 12 days of Christmas. We've got a free file and some fun things going on over there too. So go over to WhitlocK.com and join us for some holiday fun. We got to make some fun while we're all social distancing and getting ready for the holidays. So we'll flip that over. Again, we'll just line up those holes.
All right, someone is wondering, is it better to use adhesive sticker paper for tiny items like the snowflake? Have you ever done that before?
Well, tape runner is too wide to go over those little tiny pieces. And sticker paper, like where you peel the back off, most of those are too wide too. So my best advice for tiny pieces like that is this precision tip bottle, because you're able to really get the glue right in the right places. If that makes sense. I suppose you could run it through something like a Xyron or something if you wanted to put a sticker on the back, but that's going to leave some little edges. So that's, I don't know. I haven't ever used anything other than the liquid glue. That's my favorite. Okay, so now that we're to this point, we're going to grab some baker's twine, and you can just tie a little bow. You could make a little loop. In fact, let's on this one make a loop. So you could use it on your tree. So we're just going to tie this into a little knot at the end. We'll just feed this through the hole. And if you need some help getting that through the hole all the way, you might use like that pick-me-up tool end or the little hook to grab it. You can just get that pulled through there. And then take that little loop and just have a little hanger on it for your Christmas tree. Perfect. You could also tie a little ribbon on there or something like that. Or you could use it as a tag. So there's the difference in the 3-inch and the 4-inch. Makes quite a bit of difference, doesn't it? So that kind of shows you how to put together the project. Does anybody have any more questions? Okay. So again, this file is part of our cute Black Friday bundle. All of these little samples here on the table are part of that bundle as well. So we've got darling little cards. Oops, Santa's falling over here. We'll stand him back up. We've got some adorable tags. These are really popular. People are loving these. There's gingerbread and Santa. Do you guys want me to show you a few more on my computer? I'll be happy to go through a few more of those if you'd like to see.
Okay, Lori, people are asking if this class will be available to watch later.
Yes, this class will be available to watch later. We'll have it posted on the Silhouette YouTube channel, as well as the Lori WhitlocK YouTube channel. So come over, and probably tomorrow we'll have those available for you. So be sure to come over and rewatch it so that you can put all these together.
Awesome. And then another question is, where can they buy the bundle?
Okay, so let's go over at Silhouette America. I'm going to share my screen with you really quick because you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Let me go SIL, Silhouette America / Black Friday. Okay, I found it, so now I can share my screen with you. Let's go over to Zoom and share screen. Okay, if you'll go to up here at the top, silhouetteamerica.com / Black-Friday. And you can see all the bundles that are available here. So when you click on one of these, say we want to buy the white one, mega bundle, you can see it comes with the white Cameo 4, the Silhouette Mint, a $25 credit to the Silhouette Design Store. You're going to get a code, so you get $25 worth of free designs. You're going to get the Designer Edition, which is an awesome upgrade. You're going to want that. It allows you to have a few extra tools in the software, and you're going to get it free with this bundle. So that's an awesome deal. And then you're going to get 100 exclusive winter designs by Silhouette, and you're going to get 100 exclusive Lori WhitlocK designs. And the Ornament is one of those, and there's a series of those along with all these other files. So if you guys want to take a look at a few more of those designs, I'll be happy to do that real quick. Are you able to see what I'm looking at right now? You're able to see the designs?
Oh,
not yet. Okay, let me make sure let me stop sharing for a moment and start sharing again, and I'll pick the other little screen. Can you see that now? Okay, cool. So I think this is where we left off before. We had the little stockings over the fireplace, and got to get to the window behind here. It's really odd when you're using Zoom. You've got to kind of navigate your way around. Oh, we had our little gnomes we talked about, and holly, and some cute Christmas phrases. This is my Christmas movie watching shirt. Isn't that cute? That'd be fun to cut out of heat transfer and put it on some t-shirts. Ornament, packages, snow globe, tree, some other Christmas trees. This is a really cute little Christmas village. I think it'd be fun to cut out of HTV and put on a tea towel or something. Cookies for Santa. Days until Christmas. You could put a number in here, counting down till Christmas. There's a December month calendar. Cool reindeer, farm fresh Christmas trees, happy holidays, joy. Lots of cute phrases. Oh, I love this one. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night, with a little Santa scene. And some cute sketch designs. These would be really fun on cards. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Got a nativity. Naughty nice, and I tried. That'd be cute on a t-shirt as well. A little town of Bethlehem. I haven't, this file isn't available anywhere else. I know my nativities are pretty popular, but you can't get this exact one unless you buy this bundle. So it's a good time to pick it up. The designs themselves in the download card and the upgrade, they're worth the price of the package. And then you get a machine with it too. So it's awesome. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. Those are really popular, fun to make signs out of. Oh, that one's a cute Santa sack design. You could make a cute Santa sack for your kids. Season's greetings, hot cocoa, bunch of snowflakes, a cute snowman face, be cute on a mug. Another sketch design that'd be fun to put on a card. There's no place like gnome for the holidays. Gnomes are so popular right now. Love them. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Another sketch design. Again, would be really cute on a card or something like that. Baby, it's cold outside. Okay, that is the end. So let's stop screen share. Okay, you guys, I hope you had fun making this cute ornament today. I hope you have fun checking out bundles over at Silhouette. I hope you grab a Black Friday bundle. Again, you have till December 7th to pick one up. You get 100 exclusive Lori WhitlocK designs. You get the machine and download card and all those great things. So if y'all have any other questions, I'm happy to answer those. Are we good? Okay. All right, you guys, go check this video out later on YouTube tomorrow, Silhouette and Lori WhitlocK. Talk to you next time. Happy holidays.